All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's do lesson 49. It is on writing equations in slope-intercept form, so something that's familiar to us. Just a reminder, slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b, and the m is going to be our slope, and the b is going to be our y-intercept. And just m is slope, not the x. The x is by itself. Y-intercept. Maybe a good idea to just make sure you have that jotted down somewhere to save. Okay, determine the slope and the y-intercept of the equation. So if we just look back up to slope-intercept form, A looks just like it. So we have our slope and we have our y-intercept. And just make sure that you're paying attention that the y-intercept is that negative there. B is not looking like our slope-intercept form, but we are just going to convert it to it. So we want to solve for y. So we have practiced this in lessons, solving for a specific variable. So we're going to solve for y. Start by adding 9x to each side. So we get 3y equals 9x plus 12. And I'm just writing the x first because I see that x comes first in slope-intercept form. Now I'm going to get y by itself, so I'm going to divide everything by 3. So I get y equals 9 divided by 3 gives me 3. 12 divided by 3 gives me 4. So my slope is 3 and my y-intercept is 4. All right, so the next problem, say graph each line using the equation that is in slope-intercept form, which I need to give you some graphs. Just all right, now we have a graph. We can graph both lines on the same coordinate plane. That's just fine. Okay, so let's go ahead and graph C. It is in slope-intercept form. So we don't have anything at the end here, so that means there's no y-intercept written. The only number that we could have here would be 0. So that means my y-intercept is 0. So you start with your y-intercept, and then you do your slope. Our slope is 3 over 5, so that means I'm going to go up 3, 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to go to the right 5 because it's a positive. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's my point. Remember, 3 over 5 is equivalent to negative 3 over negative 5. So I also could go down 3, 1, 2, 3, and to the left 5 because it's negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So my other point could be there. Okay? All right, let's look at D. D is not in slope-intercept form. We want to make it into y equals mx plus b form. So we're going to solve for y. So let's start by adding 20 to both sides. So I have x minus 4y equals 20. So I'm going to subtract my x over. And don't lose this negative there. So negative 4y equals negative x plus 20. I want my x to come first because it does in slope-intercept form. And now I'm going to divide everything by negative 4. So I get y equals, this is a negative 1 there. So negative by a negative, that turns into a positive 1/4. And then 20 divided by negative 4, we get negative 5. Okay, so my slope is negative, or my y-intercept is negative 5, so down 5. And my slope is rise of 1 and positive 4. So I'm going to go to the right. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Or 1/4 is the same thing as negative 1/4, or negative 1 over negative 4. So I can go down 1 and to the left 4. So down 1 and to the left, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And there's my other line. Okay. E and F are writing the equation of the graphed line in slope-intercept form. So y equals mx plus b. We need to find our slope and our y-intercept. Okay, y-intercept is where it crosses my y-axis, which is my vertical one. Okay, and so that's up at positive 2. Okay, and now we just need to find our slope. So find anywhere it crosses through those grid lines to make another ordered pair. So all of these are fine. So I'm just going to go to the nearest one. So I can go up 1 and to the right 1. So I have a rise of 1 and a run of 1. So my slope is 1. I could also still write it as y equals x plus 2. Both of those are the same. Okay, so in my next graph for F, my y-intercept is down here at -1. Okay, so I'm going to put -1 in for my y-intercept. Now I need to find my next ordered pair. I'm going to see it cross here, and in your book it crosses there, so just keep that in mind. Okay, so you can go either up 1 and to the left 3, so that would be -3, or you could look at your slope as -1, because you're going down, and to the right +3. So that you're going to write as a fraction and put in for your slope there. All right, G, last one. Monica's family will be renting a car on their vacation. The car rents for an initial fee of $50 plus 50 cents per mile. Write a linear equation in slope-intercept form to represent the situation and graph it. So in slope-intercept form, we have slope and we have our y-intercept. Slope is something that's going to change. It's something per something. That's where we put our rate of change. Our y-intercept is that flat fee. So if we look in this example, which one is my flat fee and which one is my rate of change? That's going to change. Well, it says a car rents for an initial fee of $50 plus 50 cents per mile. So my initial fee is my y-intercept, and 50 cents per mile, I'm actually going to change it into a fraction, which would be 1/2, because fractions are easier for us to graph. Okay, so let's just say that each of my lines go up by 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Okay, so I make my point. Now, if my slope is 1/2, that doesn't mean I move up one box, because each of my lines we said are going to count as 10. It means I move up like one little bit and over 2. Now I can make these lines worth 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I can go over to 2. Up 1, over, oops, to 1, over to 2. So your slope is going to be very minimal here in this graph. And there you have it.